I'm leaving, going to Manila, and Melanie's going to stay here. Well, you won't have to take care of me. She's been a bit of a crutch.
It freaked us out if we see like the big lizard.
Welcome in to another episode of Foreigner Loves
Filipina!
So today is my last day on Bilaran. I'm leaving, going to Manila, and Melanie's going to stay here for the next week. That's for a couple reasons. One, I can only stay out here for about a week, and I start to go stir crazy. I mean, once we kind of do all the tour stuff and do other stuff with our family, which we've done, and it's been great, I just can't. There's not anything else to do. It's not like I can hang out at a Starbucks or anything like that. So I'm going to go to Manila, and I'm going to spend some time there. I've never spent any time in Manila other than after landing, using it as a place to start the trip and end the trip. But it also gives Melanie time with her family, where she can stay there and be there 24/7, where she doesn't feel like she has to entertain me and coddle me. And because she does feel like whenever we get here, she kind of admitted that the other day, because I said something about that. Well, you won't have to take care of me, and I think she thought I meant it like in a bad way. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but when we get here, like, she feels the need to take care of me and make sure I'm okay, which takes away from her with her family, and I know that, and so I know she needs time alone with her family where she can stay there. But so I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to have spend time with my family, especially with my mom and dad. Because like every time we visit them, it's just like, we talk just a little bit, but I want to sit down, or I want to experience again, like eating all together with the kids, with my sister. I don't know. I feel like it's good for me.
Well, we were talking when we woke up, and we were still in bed. She said, we're going to be LDR again for a week. I hadn't thought of it that way. We were LDR, for 3 years prior to her moving to America. And I guess we did do another 1 week LDR last year. Last year, to accomplish what we did, she came a week before me. And so she was a week here, a week with her family, and then I showed up. And then, so she still spent 2 weeks with her family, and I was here. Of course, the downside of that is we're both traveling alone on that long flight. So this year we decided to travel together, and then I'll just buzz off somewhere for a week. But so we're going to be LDR the next week, and I told her she's going to miss me terribly, and she's not sure.
No, I will miss you.
I told her, I think I surprised her. I told her this morning, I said, I'm actually a little scared. I said, I've never traveled the Philippines without having her, again, other than just time in and out of Manila. Because when I first came here to meet her, well, I didn't come here, well, that's complicated. I kind of did come here to meet her, but that wasn't the original point of the trip. I spent 2 nights in Manila adjusting to the time change for the jet lag, but then I came here and got her, and then so every time I've been here, she's always been with me, and so she's been a bit of a crutch for me, in that if I need if I need someone to talk to the Filipinos in their language, hey, go do this, go do that, and then I don't have to worry about it myself. Plus, it helps avoid some of the foreigner tax where you get overcharged for everything because you got white skin. But yeah, I'm actually a little nervous about it. I'm excited too, but I am a little. I'm like, huh, how am I gonna navigate all this by myself?
Yeah.
You don't have much to say this morning.
Do you want me to go with you in Tacloban?
No, babe, I'll be okay.
Are you sure?
No, I'll be fine.
The lizard is making sound again.
I don't think that was a lizard. I think that was a bird.
Maybe it's a lizard. That's a lizard sound.
Okay.
The small one.
The lizards do make some loud noises at night.
Yeah, that's the big one. Like it kind of like big like this.
When we got here, the first night, it was dark. I tried to videotape it. In fact, I never went back to see if it came out. But there was a giant lizard on this window. I mean, it had to have been this long. But it was so dark, I don't think the video would have caught it.
Yeah.
And of course, as I was trying to video him, he scampered off. But normally, they often have these little lizards that you'll see everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I remember on our first visit here, literally within the first couple of days of us meeting, they had festival in their town, and we went to her aunt's house to have dinner. And you know, it's a very you'd have to experience a festival here to understand, but it's a very festive atmosphere. The entire town's having a festival, and people are wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in her house, and I'm meeting her aunt. I'm meeting all these family members and all these other people, and it was a bit overwhelming. But I do remember walking in, and there were little lizards on the ceiling. There was 3 of them. There was 1 in the ceiling and 2 in the wall, a different wall, just sitting there. And everybody else is acting like this is just normal. Like lizards are on the wall all the time. And I was like, wow. And you don't even notice them, do you?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
And you didn't even tell me. So.
No, I didn't. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to make a big deal in someone's home and make it. But what the hell are these lizards doing on the wall?
We have that in the house too, but like sometimes they're hiding, you know. Like it freaked us out if we see like that big lizard, because you never know, it will jump on you or it will, you know. So we're scared also of that. But most of the time you will see here a lot of like just a small one, like, you know, a baby lizard. They're just so cute. They're always like on the ceiling or sometimes on the wall. And then I think that 2 days ago, you know, when I took a shower, there's like a tiny lizard like roaming around the shower, and I tried to make him wet, but it's still not, like, it's just like getting around and around, and you know, I'm just like scared, freak me out, because I don't want that lizard to like get on my, you know, like it, because it will stick, it will stick in your, that's what they said.
Oh, really?
And you can't, it's hard to get it off in your skin. I don't know.
Well, probably, because they kind of grip, they
Yeah.
probably grip you for their own
So
life.
that's, but I've never experienced having that. But yeah, that's what people said. So as long as I can, I don't want to like be away with that lizard.
Down here in Bellaran, they often have brownouts on Sundays. Maybe is it one Sunday a month, or I mean, I think it's, you never know for
Yeah.
sure, but I think it's
Yeah.
roughly one Sunday a month, right?
Or
Well-
like most of the time, every Sunday, if they're like, you know, repairing something,
Is it every Sunday?
like
Most Sundays?
like sometimes.
Oh.
I guess sometimes.
Well,
But if there's like a typhoon, then you'll expect like, you know, a week or like 3 days burn out or something like that. But if like the weather is nice, if, you know, it's like a season that is like a nice weather, then we're just gonna have like a burn out if like the bilico, we call the bilico is our power line here. The bilico like have something to fix, you know, so they let us know that, oh, Sunday it's gonna be no lights, no power, or even or Saturday, it depends. So yeah.
well, I'm not talking about sporadic outages due to weather. I'm talking about scheduled brownouts
Mm-hmm.
where they
Sometimes
on Sundays they off schedule 12 hours with no power from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. How many Americans would freak out if the power company says, you're not going to have power for 12 hours? But it's pretty normal out here. And luckily we kind of planned for yesterday to be a rest day anyhow. So we were staying here anyhow. We did have dinner with her family last night, but other than that, and I said goodbye to everyone last night. But other than that, we didn't really go anywhere. It's one thing that we're doing much different on this vacation than last year. Last year, we were moving constantly, going constantly for 3 weeks. And we had a blast, and we saw a lot. We crammed a lot into a short period of time. But I will say, by the end, we were so exhausted that we said, we're going to try to do it different. And of course, this is my first year retired, so I can take more time. But we decided this year we're going to have some rest days where we just don't do much of anything. And it's kind of nice, I think. I mean,
I feel like we don't feel rushed. You know, we don't feel like we need to do this, we need to go to that place. It's just like, you know, go with the flow. This trip.
well, my vacations, my whole life, were go, 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 because you were trying to cram as much as you could in 2 weeks. I used to do these vacations with my boys after my divorce, where I would take them on baseball vacations. My boys all love baseball, and we would tour Major League Baseball parks, and we would do, you know, a certain region of the country, and they were a blast. But I'll tell you what, I was beat when it was over because, you know, none of my kids were old enough to drive then, and it was all on me. And we were in we did a tour of the West Coast. So we started in Seattle. We did the Seattle team. We did the San Francisco teams, the LA teams, the San Diego team, and ended the trip in Phoenix. And then I also tried to make it kind of an educational thing where every day we would go to either a historical site or we would go to like a national park or something like that. So on that one, obviously, we did a lot of national parks because there's so much of it on the West Coast. And so we were gone 2 weeks, 24 days, I think it was. We only once spent 2 nights in a hotel. Every other night it was one night at a hotel. We'd move on to the next place. And I love those memories. I think my boys cherish those memories. I certainly cherish them. But I do remember at the end of that trip being so exhausted that I was just about ready to keel over by the time we got home. And of course my boys, they don't think anything of it, and you know, and of course they don't have to do any of the planning or anything, you know, any of the driving or anything. But it is, you know, this is the first time in my life that I've ever taken kind of the slower pace. So we're still early in on this vacation, but we'll see. But so far I like it.
Like we're trying to Darryl and I have like a rest day, you know, like after maybe like if we go to Iloilo, if we go somewhere else, like if we go around Iloilo, or if we go to the beach, or if they have waterfalls, and we're gonna make sure that there is like a day, we're gonna get a day that is like a rest day, so we're not like, you know, like overwhelmed. Is that the word? I don't know, but yeah, I feel like it's nicer if we have that kind of,
Well, if you have the luxury.